There's a quiet magic that happens in a garden, a story that unfolds just beneath the surface, far from our watchful eyes. It's a story written not in words, but in the rich, dark soil that cradles the roots of our vegetables and flowers. The main characters in this story are the earthworms, the humble, unsung heroes of any thriving garden. I've always believed that the foundation of a beautiful life and a beautiful garden starts from the ground up. These incredible creatures are nature's own master gardeners, working tirelessly day and night to create the perfect home for our plants to grow strong and healthy. They are a sign that your garden is alive and well, a living, breathing ecosystem. When I'm out in the garden, feeling the soil between my fingers, the presence of earthworms is a comforting sign. It tells me that the earth is healthy and full of life. They are nature's tillers, plowing and mixing the soil in a way no machine ever could. Their constant movement creates channels and pathways, allowing air and water to reach deep down to the plant roots. But I want to share a simple, almost magical little trick that I've come to love. I call it the soaked seed secret. It's a wonderfully straightforward and natural method to gently encourage earthworms to gather in specific areas of your garden, right where you need them most. This isn't about bringing in worms from somewhere else. It's about attracting the ones already living nearby and encouraging them to stay and work their magic in your soil. The idea behind the soaked seed secret is beautifully simple. It involves soaking a mixture of inexpensive, easy-to-find seeds like cornmeal, oats, or wheat bran in water until they become a soft, appealing mash. This mixture is then buried in small pockets throughout your garden. The seeds themselves aren't meant to sprout and grow into plants. Instead, as they begin to decompose in the warm, moist soil, they release a scent and create a source of food that earthworms find absolutely irresistible. It's like putting out a special welcome mat and a dinner invitation all at once for these beneficial creatures. Getting started with the soaked seed secret is as easy as making a simple bowl of oatmeal. There are no complicated steps, and you likely already have everything you need right in your pantry. First, you'll want to gather your ingredients. My favorite mix is a simple combination of cornmeal and whole oats, but you can also use wheat bran, grits, or even birdseed. You'll just need about a cup of your chosen seed mix and some plain water. That's it. Next, find a medium-sized bowl and add your dry seed mixture to it. For every 1 cup of seeds, you'll want to add about 1.5 to 2 cups of water. The goal here is not to drown the seeds in a soup, but to make sure they are fully submerged and have enough moisture to absorb. Pour the water over the seeds and give it a good stir with a spoon to make sure every grain is moistened. You'll see the mixture start to thicken almost immediately as the seeds begin to soak up the water. Now comes the easiest part, waiting. Cover the bowl with a cloth or a plate and set it aside on your counter for at least 8 to 12 hours or even overnight. During this time, the seeds will absorb the water, swell up, and become very soft. This soaking process also kickstarts a slight fermentation, which creates the aroma that earthworms find so appealing. When you check on it the next morning, the mixture should have a texture similar to a thick, spoonable porridge or mash. With your soaked seed mash ready, it's time to head out to the garden. Using a small hand trowel, dig several small holes in the area you want to enrich. These holes don't need to be very deep. About 4 to 6 inches is perfect. Then, take a spoonful of your seed mixture and place it into the bottom of each hole. You don't need to pack it in, just a single generous spoonful is plenty. Once you've placed the mash in the hole, simply cover it back up with the soil you removed and gently pat it down. You've now delivered your special invitation, and soon, the worms will start to arrive. It might seem like a simple, old-fashioned trick, but there's some wonderful practical science behind why this soaked seed method is so effective. Earthworms don't have eyes or ears like we do. Instead, they experience their environment through touch and chemoreceptors. When you soak the seeds, the soaking process initiates fermentation. Tiny, naturally occurring microbes begin to break down the starches and sugars in the grain. This process releases a faint but distinct scent into the soil, creating a powerful signal that says, "Food is here." This scent acts like a beacon, traveling through the moisture and air pockets in the soil. Once you've successfully invited the earthworms to your garden party, their real work begins. Their most visible contribution is soil aeration. As earthworms move through the ground, they create a vast network of tunnels and burrows. Another incredible gift from the earthworms is their castings. Earthworm castings are one of the most nutrient-rich organic fertilizers you could ever hope for. Beyond just adding nutrients, earthworm castings fundamentally improve the soil's structure. giving healthy soil that beautiful, crumbly texture that gardeners love. Finally, earthworms play a key role in managing organic matter. They are nature's cleanup crew, pulling fallen leaves, dead roots, and other organic debris from the surface down into the soil. This continuous mixing action ensures that the top layer of soil is constantly being blended with the layers below, creating a deep, uniform, and fertile bed for plants to thrive in for years to come. To get the very best results from your soaked seed secret, there are a few little tips to keep in mind. First, timing can be important. Earthworms are most active when the soil is moist and temperatures are mild. If you're trying this in the middle of a hot, dry summer, make sure to water the area well after you bury the seed mash. The moisture will help the scent travel farther and will make it easier for the worms to move through the soil. Another tip is to be patient. While this method is very effective, the worms won't appear overnight. It might take a week or two for them to discover the buried treasure and begin congregating in the area. In the end, gardening is about so much more than just planting seeds and waiting for them to grow. It's about cultivating life. The soaked seed secret is a perfect example of this partnership. I encourage you to give this a try. It costs next to nothing, requires no special equipment, and is a wonderful way to actively improve the health of your soil. So next time you're in your kitchen, grab that bag of oats or cornmeal and mix up a little batch. Head out into your garden, and with a few simple spoonfuls, extend an invitation to the earthworms. You're not just feeding the worms, you're feeding your soil, your plants, and in a way, you're feeding your own soul too. You are actively participating in the magic of growth, cultivating a garden that is not only beautiful to look at, but is truly alive from its deepest roots to its highest branches.